All right, backstage at our big, gigantic ho-ho show with Angels and Airwaves. Mr. Tom DeLonge, how are you, man? It's great to see you.
I am good, and I just realized you have a kick-ass camera right there. This is like IMAX level shit you're doing.
We try not to mess around, Tom.
You don't fuck around. This is like real interview. This is like...
The bad part is, though, with that fancy camera, it really pinpoints the ugliness.
Boogers and like...
I mean, anything, man. Like crazy hairs, anything. It really blows it out of proportion.
You know what's funny about that? I was just walking down the stairs, and Alon, my drummer, goes, wait a second, I was like, one hair was longer, and he went up to my face, and we got it out. One hair, and you just mentioned hairs. Dude, that was kind of funny.
You know what the worst part? I don't know how old you are, Tom, but I think we're probably
22.
Pretty close. All right, well then we're not. I'm 43.
I'm 44.
All right.
You didn't believe me.
Well, no, I didn't.
Okay,
I knew we were in the ballpark. Yeah, no. What bothers me about getting older is how rapidly my ear hair grows.
I've noticed every once in a while, like there'd be like a random hair, and you're like, "What the fuck? Where did that shit come from?"
I just trimmed this yesterday, and now I can't hear because there's so much stuff going on.
Women think they have it bad because of like childbirth, but no, men have it really, really bad. I don't things like that.
Yeah. I don't know that that's the road we go down.
Yeah, no. Right now, there's women over there going, "We will kill you."
Right now. While you sleep. Real quickly, because I know we don't have a ton of time. Tom, when you first, way back in the day, when you first started talking about like the alien stuff, the UFO things, I thought, it's very good, and I'm going to be very honest with you, it's good everybody has a hobby. You know what I'm saying? But I did not necessarily firmly line up with you on a lot of those things.
Sure. Yeah.
Over the years, you have been proven incredibly right about a lot of things, and there's got to be a lot of people like me, and you have to know that. Is there any sense of like sort of vindication in that?
In all seriousness, vindication's not the word I would use. I've been briefed on things that are really scary, unnerving, and frankly, really hard to digest. And I knew that I would take all the arrows and bullets for a few years until all the guys I was working with from these various places, like the Department of Defense and the Central Intelligence Agency and so on, I knew that until they could come forward, I would be getting a lot of those rocks thrown at me, and they would think I was crazy or this or that. But the whole time I was like, people can do that, but they don't know what I know. They haven't been in the conversations and the briefings that I've been in.
Yeah.
And once they learn some of what I know, it's not all like gumballs and candy. It's like, this is a very difficult subject. This is a very difficult issue we have to work on.
Yeah.
That we have to understand. It's something the whole world needs to work and unite on together. But people keep coming to me, go, do you feel validation? And I go, no, it's we have a lot of work we need to do with this. And right now there's a lot of people that don't understand it, a lot of people that don't want to understand it. My job is to communicate it for people to understand it better. And then the job of others that are a part of To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science, my company, is to make sure that for the first time since World War II, our elected leadership are briefed on these subjects. And then it can start to come out in such a way that countries will start coming together on it, because the reality is that we're so busy fighting each other on this planet, they're missing something that's dangerous and big. And I think there's a lot of good things that come from this as well, but we have to create those good things, which is, people coming together and working together on this subject. So that's a long-winded way, me thinking out loud here. I don't, it's not a I told you so thing.
Yeah.
It's too big and unnerving for that,
Well, I just felt more like a dick. Because the more I was like, Tom, come on. And then things would start to come out over time, and I'm like, you know what, this guy, he knows friggin' what he's talking about.
Exactly,
and I don't mean to take away from you. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot. Some guy comes out and talks about life in the universe. You're like, thanks, guy. I get it.
Right.
But I've been telling people for a couple of years, listen to what I'm saying. And then when I think, what I thought, if anything, I thought when people saw who was around me when we came out with To the Stars, these are very high-ranking officials.
Yeah.
They all have active security clearances, not just low-level ones like TSSCI, polygraph, special compartmentalized information kind of stuff. These are serious ham sandwiches. And the head of the United States UFO program works for me now. And he was the head guy for Secretary of Defense Mattis, and he also worked at the Director of National Intelligence, Clapper. Up until about 24 months ago, he was running this program. He works for me.
Right.
And people should listen to me when I talk about this stuff, and if that was the only thing I wanted people to do was take notice of the package. Don't worry about me leading the charge. Just look at the package here and have an understanding of what's coming.
Well, you know what? I know I don't have a lot of time with you today, and I don't want to keep you because I don't want your tour manager to tackle me. Yeah. But we very much appreciate your time. We're playing Rebel Girl, and we love it. We look forward to hearing the record.
You guys have been so supportive, and thank you so much for having us come back. We had such a great show here last time, and even though there's a big snowstorm out there, we're so psyched to play. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate your conversation about the unidentified aerial phenomena subject. It's a lot for people to digest, and I think there's probably a few people that are going to watch this kind of, wait, why is he talking about this? But I do appreciate you, and I hope that the arc that you've had where you come around is what most people have, because we got to get on this.
Absolutely. Well, I hope one of these days you and I can sit down for maybe a little bit more of an extended chat, because good God knows there's a million things we could talk about.
Well, if you want to lose some sleep, I can probably help you with that, yeah.
Or we could just talk about cool punk bands, too.
Well, that would be good, too. That's easier. It's much easier to talk about that stuff, yeah. There's a lot I can't say about the other stuff, so.
For sure. Tom DeLonge, Angels and Airwaves, backstage at the pageant. Thanks, Tom.
Hey, thank you so much.